Okay, today is Music Reel. Michael, Mark, and I will talk to you about the reason why we run live music business events. A lot of people have, complained about us doing this, saying that, well, it's a free event, free gig. Why should we do it? There's many reasons why we actually get you to come along and play live. And I think one of the most important ones is that we can't necessarily see the value of what you do unless we actually see you live, because what we're selling is a live act. And as you all know, the live show is so much different to what you see on a stream or when you're listening to an MP3. So today we thought we'd talk about how we actually assess you and why we actually do it. So one of us will actually come along to one of these shows. We've got a series of venues that like to actually support the Music Means Business events because they like to support the development of live music. So we'll provide a production manager, we'll provide the lighting and the production. And then one of us or all of us will come along and we'll take notes and observe you and evaluate your act while you're performing. And then we'll have a chat to you after your performance so that we can try and ascertain where we're at with the standard of your brand and the standard of your act. So the first thing we look at, so we've actually got a 7-point evaluation system. The first thing we look at is your brand. So we're looking at how you present on stage, how you dress, how you perform, how you engage with the audience, the way that you've set up the stage, the way that you've communicated with your bar staff, your security, the way you've communicated with us, everything about what you do live on stage. Does it actually point to a discernible music brand? And does that music brand match the target market of the way that you present yourself? We look at that live on stage, and we also look at that with your social media before you actually turn up. So we're looking at those two things. So what you're doing on social media, does that match what you're doing live on stage? That's the first part of our evaluation.
Absolutely. Second stage, what is the standard of the stage performance? The musical, vocal interpretations and delivery. What's the song selection like? And what's their general presentation like in terms of creative expression? Also, we look at, what's the quality and creativity of the marketing assets. Marketing, as we know, is just God, absolutely God.
Yeah.
Yeah, another thing to sort of look at is how does their setup look? How do they present? All those little things that you might not think play a real big role, but the way you dress, the way you talk to the audience, the way you load in. Do they barge their way through the crowd? Do they walk nicely through there? All those little things just for us to see where you're at as an act, to make sure that you are 100% ready to go out and play shows and do your business professionally.
And live music is a mode of communication. So we're looking at how you communicate with the production manager, how you're able to follow his direction, how you're able to deal with the logistics, how you deal with the bar staff and security, how you are with the audience, how you are when you're talking to us, because we're all about teams. And when we put on an event, it takes a team to do it. So can you be part of that team? Can you actually work together as a team with us with your level of communication?
Yeah, another massive one to look at too, guys, is influence. So does the artist brand demonstrate a clear understanding of their target market? And what is the level of influence in their social media engagement? As we've chatted about before recently, Nikki, it's social media activity can just be such a huge thing for an artist. I think it was only, about a week ago we were chatting about simple posts and posters and how that's all sort of slowly dying out now, and we all need to step up a little bit.
And because the venues actually want to see what market you have influence over, because that's going to assist them to know how they can actually book you into their events. So as Mark said, influence is really important.
Yeah, and furthering on influence as well is, once we sort of see how, what your influence is out there, your reach, your pull, that allows us to then negotiate with venues on your behalf. If you're bringing 100 people to every show that you do, and you're going above and beyond and doing those things regularly, and venues are turning over more when you're playing there, that allows us to be able to increase your fee and potentially make more money for you as well, because you're doing those things all consistently and correctly. And it's a chance for us to help build you, because the last thing we want is to work with artists just for a short time. We're all about building our industry and building the live music scene. So
Yeah.
the more that you can give us and the more you can show us, the more we can actually go out and promote you and do this as a long-term venture rather than just every now and then, or just here and there and everywhere. It actually gives us focus and gives you focus as well on building a business.
Yeah, and like the
Build your
final thing, the brand is everything. And that's what we, that final part of evaluation and assessment is, what's your actual offer? So what's the show? What's the product? What's your target market? What's the brand? And how do we accord that to fit in with the market? Because the market's obviously having trends and cycles. There's price accords that are happening. How do we fit your offer into what's going on in the market? So that's why we run these events. We evaluate you on 7 ways, 7 different, value points to establish what your actual value is. Now, I know there's a lot of agents out there that just take in your link to your Facebook, your photo and your song list. For us, that's not enough value to add to a venue. When they want us to curate a program, and we're managing their events, we're building their business by leveraging really high quality live music acts. So we want to actually understand your offer and your brand value. So it's better for you. Like Michael said, we can place you in the right spot and we can work together with you for the long term to build better business. So we would love for you guys to continue to contact us about coming to work with us. And with the Music Means Business events, if we don't necessarily believe that you're ready to work with us, we will give you a very comprehensive feedback, and we will invite you to come back again and again. We don't care how many times. We're here to help you build better business, build your brand, and refine your offer so that we can actually get you out there to work in the market and be of value in the market for pubs and clubs. I hope that's given you something to think about. We thank you for spending time with us again. We'll see you next time. Ciao.